music could be sold outside of its continent, the continent has to approve of it first.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we have to allow Ghanaians to be creative. We have to stop. We have to let off the brake a little bit. Don't compare them to Nigerians. Don't compare them to South Africans. Last is an infusion of Afrobeat and hip hop.
Hip hop,
Correct?
yeah.
But right. But the thing about it, what we're not focusing on is there was no boundaries for Burna Boy. He did what he came to his head.
DJ Paco Ray.
Hello guys, welcome to the channel. My name is DJ Paco Rich, and I forgot to tell you that I'm the one we call Mazi, and others also call me Otumba. Up there in Nigeria, the northern side, they call me Siriki. And today I'm going to speak to a brother. His name is BJ. If he was in Ghana, we were going to call him Boga, and I explained to him what Boga is. Probably he understand what they call Boga. But you guys in Nigeria can also tell me how you also call a Nigerian that is living in abroad. In Ghana, if you're living in abroad and you are from Ghana, we call you Boga. And when we say Bogas are coming to town, meaning party day town. BJ, how you doing?
How you doing, Paco Rich? What's going on with you, man?
I'm good, my brother. How is everything? How is everything in New York City?
Man, we blessed, man. I'm ready to touch Accra. I'm ready to touch Lagos, man. December is right around the corner.
That would be great to have you in Accra because we have a lot of events. Davido is, headlining one of the biggest events here. Afro Future,
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was some. I've forgotten the name. Oh. Afro something, Afro Nation, or is it Afro Nation?
Afro Nation?
Yeah. I think it's Afro Nation that has been,
Nothing they do Afro Nation in Nigeria. I think it's Afrochella. They're gonna probably be doing it.
Yeah. I think it's something like that has been rebranded to Afro Future.
Right.
And I think Davido and Black Sherif are all on the,
on the card.
list. So it will be a very interesting event. But today, my brother, we are talking about African music. You get online and the most engaging conversation, interesting conversation between Ghana and Nigeria. If it's not about Jollof, it's about Afrobeats.
Right.
I'm here to tell them that the sky is too big for just a bird to fly.
100%.
I'm sure you remember some years back, you have a wave called Azonto. When we had the likes of Fuse, ODJ, we had Sarkodie, we have Gasmila, we had a lot of artists from Ghana taking that music global. At that time, Nigerians living in Ghana were enjoying Azonto and all that. Even in Nigeria, still they were playing Azonto music all over there. It was a time for Ghana. One thing I will applaud Nigerians is that when Ghana brings something and it's good and they are enjoying, it's not like, Azonto is for us, we created Azonto. But we are having that, kind of tag of war once Nigeria came with that Afrobeat, wave and all that. Ghana, Afrobeat came from Ghana, and they will explain plenty. But I feel like it doesn't make sense. Why should we be fighting over something when we all come from one source? You understand? We can have Afrobeat on the world stage. We can have Azonto. You asked me a question about which genre is doing well in Ghana, or which artist is doing very well when it comes to Afrobeat in Ghana. And I told you there is none. Because our frontliners, Black Sherif is a hip-hop artist, Sarkodie is a hip-hop artist, Stonebwoy is a dancehall artist, Shatawale is a dancehall artist. And these are the people, Jackie and Coles,
Right.
I feel let's every country produce what they love, what they believe in, and let all African countries enjoy them. Amapiano is coming from South Africa, but Amapiano sounds coming from Nigeria is mind blowing, and so should it be when we can have a genre like Azonto, if we actually created it and it came from Ghana, it would have also been another adapt to Africa. What's your take about this whole dragging of music genre here in Africa and all that?
So that's a very interesting topic, right? Because a lot of times, even here, like, you might mix with Ghanaians, and Ghanaians want to be the teachers or the philosophers of where music originated from and things like that. I think it's cool conversation just to kind of create the buzz going. But realistically speaking, there's no science to music. Behind the scenes, I've been around a lot of somewhat of decent big room studios with even American artists that try to find a quote unquote formula to take off. Right? There's no formula. I think the formula is being original, whatever it is. So if Azonto is the sound for Ghana, go and take it. All Africans will support it, for that matter, especially when it crosses over. The beat patterns are very similar. The cadences are very similar. So it's not that much of a difference. So Americans, Amapiano, Afrobeat sounds the same to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just a matter of, again, like we were speaking on our previous episode, of just insecurities, right? The fear of losing out or missing out on what's next. Ghana won probably the biggest win out of this Afrobeat wave with the influx of this Afrochella that comes and this Afro Nation, and you know what I'm saying? Because when people say Africa, they're not saying, oh, the Afrobeat is going on Nigeria only. They say, oh, Ghana is the place to go because of Afrobeat. You know what I'm saying? So what we have to understand is we got to work together. Afrobeat is making people go to Ghana. Ghana, you know what I'm saying? Ghana now is a gateway into Africa. You know, so I think what Ghana do have to focus, Ghanaian artists should focus on, is creating their own sound and owning their own sound. And start small. You know, it's okay. Maybe if you can only get Ghana for the next 3 years, and next 5 years, maybe you spread across West Africa. And before you know it, boom, you're doing shows in Europe, you're doing show the thing. But if you're still looking at the world standard as the way to compete, to be able to have a skin in the game so early on, you're going to lose out. Because what happens with Nigerian music compared to Ghanaian music is Nigeria have a wave, meaning you have more than 30 artists you can name out of Nigeria right now that's doing good on the world stage. They're doing shows, they have their own following, they have their own audience, and the investors are there to invest because they have an audience. When you think of Ghana music, you don't think of a wave like that. You think more of a better political structure, and I'm just talking from somebody outside looking in. You're thinking more of a place to vacate for vacation, when even on our local stage here in America, like Nigerians is what you hear a lot of times, and I'm not trying to be biased. It's real. You hear Nigerians a lot of time. To be honest, you might even hear more Senegalese sometimes in the scenes than. So the uniqueness of Ghana is there for sure. But I think because the fear of missing out when everybody else is doing so good is is not making Ghana music push forward. And I think the moment Ghana just take a chill pill and say, we are very unique people, in terms of, is it culture we want to talk about? Or is it, what is it that we're going to talk about? Ghana is elite, just like everybody else, and then because I'll see the likes of Stonebwoy doing the reggae music and shout out. I'm like, we need authentic Ghana music, authentic tree, and those kind of things, airways and stuff. That's what you want to see. We don't want to see you try to be Jamaican today and this and more. We want to see Ghanaian roots. So that's the thing.
I will tell you something about Ghana music that maybe some of them themselves they haven't even noticed it. I feel like the inconsistency in pushing or doing Ghanaian music is what is dragging us. I would say at a point Nigeria was also doing that, but they got back to their senses. I mean, when R&B was on top there, you could feel that the likes of P Square were trying to, sound American and all that. At that stage, Ghana was also doing a lot of, they pick up this hip hop songs from Tupac and the rest, Ja Rule, and they try to change the melodies and make it their own. You understand? And so let's say we all started blindly, the new generation. Now we got to a point, Ghana music introduced something we call hip life, which was the combination of high life and hip hop, which I felt it was a beautiful idea. We did it for a while. It was so unique, and these are some of the songs that broadcast through into the Nigerian market, the likes of VIP. There was a song called Ahom Kawom and all that. It was doing well around the world. And up to now, if you go to diaspora, the Ghanaians living abroad tend to enjoy hip life, the old songs, even more than the new songs that we are producing. Now, we couldn't stay on that track. There was another wave that came that was called crank music. And I'm sure that was an American infusion, crank music. And Ghanaian quickly jumped from the hip life they were doing. They started making mockery of themselves that if you are not doing crank, meaning you are not guy, you are not current and all that. And crank was around when the likes of Lil Jon they were doing snap your finger. You understand? And so once that wave also died off, they were looking for the next thing. To the extent that they picked up a music genre called Al Qaeda, which doesn't even make sense.
Right.
We knew that Al Qaeda, the word itself, didn't sound good into the American markets. The international world were fronting against the world Al Qaeda. And then Ghana was so proud to sideline Azonto music and make Al Qaeda a new wave, a new genre. So just imagine yourself going to a music platform and you are looking for Al Qaeda music. Right. It doesn't make sense. You understand? So we lost the battle from that Al Qaeda thing. We trashed away Azonto music, did some Al Qaeda thing that never made sense, and we couldn't sustain that. And then this Afrobeats wave came in. Nigeria did it so well. They pushed it. It went to the global stages and it was well accepted. And now we are doing some. Let's do our own. You understand? Nigeria brought it. Nigeria made it attractive. They are doing it. Let's do our own. Now, today is for me. Today is for you. What has the ownership of that general got to do with doing the music so well? You understand? That is what sometimes I feel that, you guys are not being fair to yourself, because if you being the owner doesn't give you that platform that you can do the music even well. It's about putting the right mechanism in place, like Nigerians are doing. I'll be very honest with you. Look at the record labels that are pushing Afrobeats. Now you can go to the global charts and you see Afrobeats competing with American music. And this is beautiful. And that was what I was expecting Ghanaians to do with Azonto. There was high life in Ghana. What did we do with it? We threw it somewhere away. Nigeria also had high life. They were doing their own. You have the likes of Flavor and the rest also making beautiful high life and all that. So Ghana, push your high life. Flavor, push your high life. Let's have it on that global stage. Because trust me, when you are uploading music on this digital platform, we have a category called world music. if we are supposed to put high life and all other African types, different variants of music and the world music, competing with other songs coming from other parts of the world, we'll be missing. So if we can fight to have our own general Afrobeats, Azonto, if a Ghanaian wants to do Afrobeats, no problem. If a Nigerian feels an Azonto vibe and he wants to, infuse some Nigeria, I give applause to this guy KC. Amapiano is coming from South Africa. He infused a Nigerian indigenous flute called Oja or something, and he made Ojapiano out of it. This is what we are looking for. You understand? Okay, Nigeria brought Afrobeat. Ghana, you pick maybe our dondon or some, instruments unique to us. Then you infuse it. Let's even talk about the flutes. Nigeria have their flutes. Ghana has their flutes. But the sounds that both countries play is quite unique to every country. And so,
absolutely,
like Kesi did Ojapiano, Ghana could also infuse their own flutes into Amapiano and also do their own, rather to fight each other that I own this and I own this, and we have to go and do research every day. You have to research about, and somebody wouldn't understand. You understand? And so I'm just praying that one day we would all come in agreement that we are pushing one agenda. It is to see Africa on top. And applause to Burna Boy and the rest. Now you see our stars on the big shows, outside Africa and all that. I mean, back in those days, which African could go for a music show and you can tell them that they should give you $100,000 to perform?
Never.
But now Burna Boy can tell you to give him $500,000 to perform.
A million.
You understand? And so this is what
I think what we have to understand in regards to what you said is we can't, music don't have boundaries. It's you can't stay stuck in, I have to do Afrobeats to sell, I have to do Azonto to sell. Somebody, because we the consumers of music, we create the perimeters, right? A creative that's doing music is not going to say, I'm going to do a particular song. They do songs, or they compose songs based on how they view, or how the information comes into their brain cells, if that makes sense. And then they go to the studio and let it out. And then us, the consumers, start to say, we're going to name it Afrobeat. We're going to name it this. We're going to name it that. We're going to start there first. So to credit, just to piggyback that, Ghanaians are not wrong if they're trying to search for their own sound. And it's essentially, that's what's currently happening now. They're trying to find their own sound. Maybe Black Sharif is rapping today, Soccer Day is rapping today, Stoneboy is doing reggae, Shanta Wale is doing this. It's just in search of finding their own sound. So we shouldn't discredit them for that. I think in terms of Azonto not sustaining its relevancy, is only, and I'm not gonna say the humbly, is you have to compete on a high level to be able to knock off hip hop, to be able to knock off reggae, to be able to, you can't just do a local sound and think, we should be able to compete on a high level. No. Some people don't care. You know where I'm from?
The production quality all comes in play.
Everything comes in play. And then before your music could be sold outside of its continent, the continent has to approve of it first.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we have to allow Ghanaians to be creative. We have to stop. We have to let off the brake a little bit. Don't compare them to Nigerians. Don't compare them to South Africans. Don't compare them to Malians. Do what Ghana does. Eventually, I promise you. And then, because music is like anything in life. It goes in a circle. Nigeria will soon lose this wave, and they're gonna pass it on to somebody else. Ghana might be the next stop. It might be Senegal that's the next stop. We don't know. But wherever it stops at, they have to pick up the baton and push on. to the rest of the world.
But I,
So yeah.
but I think Nigeria did something really, really smart. When Amapiano wave came, you understand? One might think that Amapiano was going to push away Afrobeat. But you know what? Almost all the Afrobeat artists jumped on Amapiano, like Aseke and the rest, were doing great Amapiano song alongside their Afrobeat. So they were carrying both along. So there was no way the Amapiano vibe was going to wipe away the good works of Afrobeat. The Amapiano is on, and they have another Afrobeat also running on the side.
Yeah, but think about it this way too, right? Think about it this way. Last summer or 2 summers ago, I don't remember the time exactly. Burna Boy came with Last Lash, right?
Yeah.
Last Lash is an infusion of Afrobeat and hip hop.
Hip hop,
right?
yeah.
But the thing about it, what we're not focusing on is there was no boundaries for Burna Boy. He did what he came to his head. Ghanaian moving off boundaries. So it's kind of like we don't want to step on nobody's toes. So we're gonna do it this way. No, in creativity, like it's like creating content.
Yeah.
There's no boundaries. You create what comes to your head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the consumers will place where it needs to go.
Of course.
If that's the same way with music, if Ghanaians if another song comes out of Rwanda tomorrow and Ghanaians take it and they tweak it and polish it up, before we heard that Rwanda was the one that started it first, we'll give the credit to Ghanaians because whoever makes the food is not who we're gonna praise. Whoever package it up and sell it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I get it.
So that's why Nigeria is a forefront. They're not moving. They're moving with no boundaries. They're able to penetrate all the circles with no boundaries. And then people in England name Afrobeat. As far as it was concerned, it could have been Nigerian music industry.
Yeah.
You know, bro? So people determine what is going to be named, but the creatives have to be able to live in a space where they're able to live and create without no boundaries, without no critique, without a thing. Let them put their arts out and let the thing come. So the pride would come from, when you look up, Paco Rich, you do music, let me Google Paco Rich and see where he's from. Oh, he's from Ghana, my Ghanaian brother. You know what I'm saying? We have to allow Ghanaians to still do their research. Right now, they're in the phase of trying to find their own sound. Trust me, I give it 2 to 3 years, it'll be a different conversation.
Beautiful, beautiful. So if you're a Ghanaian musician, a Ghanaian creative, I'm sure you should pick a word from that. And if you're Nigerian also too, you should also pick some wisdom from this platform as well. We've done almost about 22 minutes of conversation, and I think we're going to draw down the curtains. We would want you to also contribute in the comment section. I mean, this will also help us to shape and also, think more, get to know what people also think outside from what we are also saying. So guys, your comments are welcome, but please let it be respectful. Don't come under the comment section and disrespect other people, and fight with people. Doesn't make sense. Once you do that, I'll take you off the platform. So guys, thank you for watching. My name is Mazi, aka DJ Paco Rich, and I've been doing this with BJ all the way from America. BJ. All right, guys. Rich. See you later, guys.
Later.
DJ Paco Ray.